welcome back, Fired Addicts, to another episode of Travis Says Fire. Today, I want to show you something new. Alright, so last episode you saw me buck up these rounds with my new saw. A lot of you watched the episode, a lot of you chimed in, a lot of you guessed what saw it is. And I was surprised at how many people put down what model you think it is. I did not show the number on the saw on purpose because I wanted you to guess. And a lot of you put down a guess. And it baffles me, how can you know what kind of saw it is just by looking at the casing? That's just mind-boggling to me. And again, I run chainsaws, but I don't know a lot about them. So it's cool when there's people out there that know more than me, and I just think it's cool. Anyway, ideally you will see me explain detail more about that mystery saw on Friday, but for now I've had this pending episode that I had an idea for a while, and I'm gonna do it right now. But I needed rounds to do it. Now I have rounds that are like a softer wood. I didn't want to do this with the cedar, so now I have some softer rounds that are pretty good splitting wood, so we're going to do this right now. So, here's what we're going to do. I have two saws here. One, this is the Council Tool 34-inch handle, 5-pound utility head on it. Just a straight axe handle, and you've seen this before, okay? You've seen this before on the channel. This is one of my newest saws. This is one of my newest axes. You've seen it before, and I do like it. I don't like the straight handle on it though, but it does cut. It does split. It does a good job. And I think that for your money, if you don't know how to put a head on an axe, I forget the word for it. You will know in the comments. You put it down. What was it called when you put a head on an axe handle? You let me know. But if you don't know how, or don't want to, don't have the time to put an axe head on a handle, the Gesto tool is at a good price point. You just buy it and you use it. There's no fiddling around. It's just a grab and go, right? It's nice. So I think in the channel, I want to get more into axes. I think a lot of you like the axe content. I don't think that there's a lot of channels out there that work a lot with axes. If you know of any more firewood-esque, wood, logging, whatever channels out there that deal primarily with axes and splitting, let me know down in the comments. Obviously, BBR would be the main one that I'm aware of, but if there's any more, let me know down in the comments. I'm curious. So, my idea of wanting to do more content with an axe, because I think it's fun. Most firewood channels, they do chainsawing, they do firewood, whatever, tips and tricks and new ideas, but hardly anyone does axe work. So I think doing more axe work on the channel, I think, would be fun, interesting for a lot more viewers. So that's what I may be doing. So the other night, I was on my phone, and I'm not the only one who does this. I'm not the only one. Checking out Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, right? On stuff that you don't really need. You don't really need it, right? Or OfferUp or on Craigslist. And I came across an ad. And it was an ad for a bunch of axes. Axes and axe heads. Okay? And so I left a comment. I said, hey, I know the guy over at Whiskey River Trading, and he buys axe heads and whatever in bulk. And the guy responded, and he said, yes, I have sold him axe heads before. And I felt that that was kind of cool, that I was trying to help the guy out, and the guy already has made that contact before and sold him. Apparently he sold Brandon over like 500 heads before. 500 axe heads, that's crazy. And Brandon sells them. Now, if you watch my channel, follow me along, I posted the other day that Brandon again had a slew of mystery grab bag heads that he sells for like 40 bucks a pop. And it's a grab bag. He picks whatever, or his staff picks an axe head from a pile and sends that to the buyer, and that's what you get. That's what you bought. There's no picking. You just get in the mail whatever axe comes. And I think that's pretty cool. So I think that this person who I reached out to locally, I think that what he sold was resold by Brandon's team. So I think it's pretty cool. So I was chatting with him and about the channel and whatever, and he's like, well, if you don't have X type of axe, I'll give you one and you can showcase it on your channel. And I'm like, what? That's crazy, because I don't know anything about axes. I know squat. I learn by way of YouTube, like a lot of you all do too, right? And I don't know a lot, but I'm learning. But I know the profile matters, right? So after that, I said, thank you, I'll be in touch, because he was in my county, but not near me. He was still like a 30-minute drive away. So fast forward a few weeks, and I was gonna be in his area. So I contacted him again. I said, hey, I'm going to be in the area. Are you available? He said, yes, come on down. So I made sure that he knew the time I was going to be there, and I worked out for him, whatever else. So I stopped out off this guy's house. Random guy. I've never met him before, but he was nice enough to meet with me, talk shop for a little bit, and offer me an axe. So I went over to his house, and he had glorious axes for his own personal collection, axes that he wants to part with, axe heads, a whole collection. So what he has online is like a whole smorgasbord of axes for sale. And he just wants to get rid of them because he has a lot, and there's time and a place for a collection, and sometimes you just need to part ways to buy more cool stuff, or part ways because your collection getting too big, you know? And that I totally understand. So we talked shop for a little bit, nice guy, and then he let me pick out an axe within reason. I'm not gonna go for his like most prized possession, but he gave me like an option or two, and I picked one out. And I want to show it to you in a second here. Right now, this piece of wood give me a hard time, but I want just to show you. I'm on the grass because I want to dig in. I want to be able to split on the ground, you know. But having an axe like this is fun. Axe work is fun. It's a workout. My doctor says I need to do workout more often. Okay, well, I can't just say I work out and exercise with firewood. I need to actually do something physical. Running a splitter is not as physical, obviously, as splitting by hand with an axe. That should be obvious. So, on that day, this guy gave me this axe. And I'm very thankful for this axe. It's a cool gesture within the firewood community, fellow woodhounds. He doesn't have a channel, just has a collection, and he's passionate about axes, and that shows with his generosity and his kindness and willingness to collaborate. You may see him on my channel in the future, but as of right now, he's just going to be anonymous. So this is a 4.5 pound Tassie head. You see the profile here. Now, in comparison, just real quick. In comparison to the council tool. Okay, you see that? You see this? Okay, and you see this. That's a comparison. Okay? A little bit taller head, a little more oomph to get to it, and more splitting power. You know, both great axes. And this is sharp. I think I've used it quite a bit, and maybe need to sharpen it again. But it's so a Tassie head, sorry, or Tasmanian. I guess you call the nickname a Tassie, with an Appleseed grind on the edge. I don't know exactly what that means, but that's what he said. But this axe handle is not straight. It has a curvy curve at the end, so your hand has something to kind of butt to as you're gonna hang on to it. Here's more or less straight, but the bottom part has a curve. It goes up. But I like this butt at the end, and this handle is 32 inches, so it's shorter than the council tool. Shorter, and it's all preference, and maybe preference in terms of how tall you are, how long your arms are, etc. But if we measure these two, so the heads are matched, okay, and that's a difference there. That's a difference. I think it's more than 2 inches, so maybe I'm off on my measurement, but that's the difference of the two. Now, I was content with the council tool. I was content until I got this shorter handle, and I prefer it. I don't know why. I do prefer it, and I prefer how skinny it is here. And I may show you why in a second. So, here we go. Find a round's not naughty. So I've split a few of these rounds up before, off camera, and I'm impressed with this axe. I was waiting for the time to do the episode to introduce you to the new Tassie. She's nice. I feel that I can come down quicker and faster on it. Maybe it's just because it's new and cool and exciting, and that's why I feel like that. I don't know, but it does feel nice in the hands. It does. Woo! Light work. Definitely, she's sharp, and I appreciate that. I guess the next thing I need to figure out is how properly to sharpen this thing, but I'm not sure if I need it to be razor sharp to like shave with. I don't think that's necessarily needed, you know? I'm not sure if that's needed. Woo! Yeah, this is some nice wood too. I love that sound when it cracks like that. So what do you think so far? Does it matter? You're not an axe person. You have one of these and it's not a big deal. I want to know your thoughts. Definitely not a splitting maul, but by going from the outside in, I think that it does a pretty good job. Some of these pieces are giving me trouble, but I don't think I want to, as of right now, split a whole cord with an axe. Maybe at some point, but not today. That's a workout. Even though it's a 4.5 pounder versus a 5, I mean that half-pound difference is just enough where you can feel it, especially with a shorter handle. You're not having to swing it around as much. I don't know, maybe I'm talking out of my ass right now, but you let me know in the comments. For those of you who know axes more than I do, you let me know. But I think that the axes on the channel, my point is you will see axes on the channel more often. I think that's going to be a thing. And I hope that you'll still follow me around as I learn more about axes and swing one around safely, and we'll have a good time. And I implore you all to also get yourself an axis. There's no harm in splitting. I'm not saying a whole cord, just once in a while. Once in a while, bring it up. I've talked about my channel before. Splitting by hand, it's therapy. It's therapy. Come on, get up there. I've offered my brother even to come over and split a few rounds at my house, just relieve some tension, some stress. Reliever. I'm not saying that you bury your axe in a round of wood and have the wood be like someone you work with or who cut you off in traffic, just to relieve some tension in your life by way of the axe. Or not have it be like that, just have it be your physical time. Time to yourself to think, not blabber like I'm doing right now. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Do that bowling thing, you know, when you bowl, you bowl and you kick your leg out. Kind of do like something like that when your axe is like this. Woo! Woo! I got to rot in this one. Start again. Woo! Make it be fun, but then make me safe at the same time. Fun and safe. Woo! People watching this like you're crazy, Travis. Yeah, well, sometimes when you're on YouTube, you are crazy. You're doing an activity, you're talking to yourself, you're talking to a camera. So if people look at you from it and they don't know the context, you may be a little cuckoo. Yeah, so it happens. C'est la vie. So I'm going to end this episode. Remember a few weeks back, I had the idea of someone reached out to me and they had an Easton-made splitter for sale, and they were in Southern California. Well, I'm not going to drive 21 hours to get it and back to get a splitter. So, but I connected the seller to a potential buyer, and a connection of the potential buyer bought that splitter. I didn't make commission on the sale. I just connected two people together, and it was legitimate, and it worked out. And from what I understand, it worked out in both people's favor. That was pretty cool. I tried when I was at the convention in Eugene, in Oregon. I tried doing that. They had those like logging magazines reps there, and I talked to one, and he seemed interested. So I emailed him afterwards, and then I got like the email from another 2 or 3 similar outfits. Emailed them, silence, radio silence, not even a response, not even a hey, thank you for emailing. It's ridiculous. I think that's a good idea. Anyway, they're a loss. So that's what I'm going to do for this guy who gave me this axe, is plug the ad. His ad is still up. He has several. He has a lot of axes available. I think they're axes and heads. I forget, but it's a whole lot. And he doesn't want to go through some other like selling like 1 or 2 at a time. Whatever he wants to sell the whole thing in one whole lot and done with it. So if you are interested in some sought after pieces, he has pictures and he can answer questions for you. But if you are an axe head collector or an axe collector, let me know. Let me know down in the comments. Email me. My email address is in the about section of my channel, and reach out, and I will connect you. Now, granted, he is in my county, but he can ship them. Like I said, he already shipped a whole bunch of stuff to Brandon over at Whiskey River, so shipping is possible. And I'm not getting any commission on this like I did the other one. Granted, the guy gave me an axe, but that's not like my payment. He's just a cool guy. Okay, so the point is, if you're an axe collector and you want to add to your collection, or you want to check out his ad, email me. Reach out, and I will connect you. And or I will share the ad that this person has up online, and then you can take it from there. I'm just the broker. I'm the guy in between, you know, in between the people, because I'm the man of the people and for the people. So what do you think of the new tool? What do you think of me doing more axe work on the channel? What do you think about reaching out to this guy who has a whole bunch of this cool stuff? I am honored to own a Tassie. I think the handle size length fits me well, and I want to get better at axe work, and I will learn from you as well. If you have any tips, tricks, let me know. I'm not an expert, I'm learning, but I feel that doing the splitting, I think is cathartic. It's therapeutic, and it gets the heart rate going, and you just kind of zone out for a minute and focus on what you're doing. But this thing is just it's beautiful, and I'm again so thankful for my new friend. Again, you may meet him on the channel. If you're interested in me putting an axe head on the handle, let me know. If not, I may just do it anyway. I have the confidence to do it myself, but I may have someone hands-on teach me, and then I'll take you along with me, and then I may do one by myself, but we'll see. So the new axe, the new tool, I'm getting a lot of new stuff this year. That does not mean that the channel has blown up. It is not. It's big. I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers. If you look at the screen, you see I'm almost there, and it's because of you all support. It's an honor, and it's super cool that I have grown this far, and I hope to continue. I do. There are definitely days that I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go down to one episode a week, but then I get a comment or an email, and it's inspiring because there are people out there that really like the channel, and I know a lot of you too out there who do watch the channel. Each time I have an episode, and it's really cool, and I appreciate your support. But I'm growing with the channel, evolving with the channel, and I do hope to continue. And stuff like this that humbles me, that makes me grateful and appreciative. Just one more push to continue. So super cool. Thank you again for the axe, my new friend. Reach out if you are an axe collector. I will connect you with this potential seller that you may be interested in. Shipping is possible. So let me know your new thoughts on the new tool and getting in some new stuff on the channel. It's just happenstance, luck. I'm not making a killing on the channel, not making a killing on Firewood. In fact, sales have been low the first of the year. April has been kicking butt thus far. So let's get that and continue. I need to get this split up and dried so we can get it out the door and make that money. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Until next time, remember, folks, life's too short to be a prick, so be kind to one another. Rock and roll. Stay safe, keep cutting. Cheers. It's windy right now, and I have a new mic placement. I hope this works out. Let's see where the camera is here. Where's the camera? There you are. Can you see this? Yeah, you can see this, can't you? Angle down. All right. So, this. Back.